Hello, my subscribers, my friends, and not always friends. I don't care. Our unhappy planet living in present days, not so easy days as usually. In many parts of our planet today are the most danger and the most fatal by amount of victims, wars from many days in times from worldwide too. First, of course, it is war in Ukraine from beginning when Russia invaded to Ukraine and began war against independence of Ukraine. In another part of our planet, it is ongoing war in sector Gaza, where many people is in very bad situation with food, with water, because of war, and not always these people and their children are guilty because someone in Israel guess that Palestine is enemy against Israel. It is my private opinion. Of course, many people very stressful because possible new conflicts in Far East when communist China, maybe yes, maybe no, only communist China knows, will try to invade to Taiwan. I hope that Taiwan in war, in any possible war against communist China, will be able to protect its independence like a country. But now I want to speak and talk about what is happening right now in the United States of America. Many people ask me what is my opinion about what is happening exactly right now in USA. I It's very hard to explain because it is not so easy, and I need first make a few remarks from even side of morality. First, I am absolutely disagree, and I do not support any violations on American streets when there is damages of state-owned property, where is robbery, where is violence, and where is damage to property against ownerships by local citizens in California state, where is damages against property and rights to local people in California or any citizen in USA or any citizens in not USA who is presenting physically right now in USA. It is my opinion. It is first what I need to remark. Second, I am not US citizen, and of course, because I'm outside United States of America, I don't know exactly all nuances about political life right now in my present days in US. So, like conclusion, I may say that what I can say just to make a pool of opinions, what exactly I see in my environment, in humans' minds when people share with me their opinions, what exactly is happening right now on streets of the United States of America, exactly in California. When we open pages of books of history of the United States of America, we can see that such actions were before. And it was not only once. Many US presidents recruit National Guard to try to maintain order on streets in different historical facts what happened on US streets. When you go to Google, you can search by itself and read about this. But I won't notice that what happening right now, it is quite different. And there is many factors which can describe it. We will see it in opinions, in groups of opinions, which I collected from my society, my environments, my friends, people who writes to me, people who calls to me, people who writes comments to me on YouTube. So let's start it. Officially it is looking right now in similar way. People who are disagree with politics of Trump administrations goes to streets of Los Angeles and began peaceful demonstration. By US Constitution, any US citizen have a right go to demonstration and all to do that government can hear people from the street. In newspaper, in internet, in TV channels, we can see many disputed cases when federal government try to catch people who are legally and not always legally have a residence, physical residence, living place in US, I mean, and try them to deport. It is it is it is not easy. It is already are many cases, unfortunately, and many people disagree and went to demonstrations. Of course, government of the California states by powers of local police department try to control this. But Washington, like federal independent center of rule in the United States of America, decided, the president by itself decided, try to keep demonstration more peaceful and avoid mass robberies, mass fails in law, and just bring National Guard to streets on in Los Angeles. Of course, was done, but very old. I'm guess not all always attorney remembered about this law, federal law, who get the presidents of the United States power to do this. And after these actions from side of Washington, what we see really what happening right now. Escalation is more, as it was warned by mayor of Los Angeles City, and it was stated and warned before by governor of the state of California. And after this remark, we can continue to describe what happening in US right now, unfortunately. First group say to me, we vote for our president right now. We vote for Mr. Trump. Mr. Trump, during its time in White House, just do it what he promised to us. Historical fact is that Mr. Trump won the election in US. Many people in US voted for him. And as elected president of the United States of America, he has full power to try to implement his vision of what should America do with illegal immigrants on the street in the United States of America. We all know what exactly federal body do it. It doesn't make sense do some kind of advertisement to this federal body. Some people take opinions, these brave boys just do it, it's job. Some people takes another side of opinion, these boys just serve direct to president and break US law. History will decide and we will see later who was right. I continue. So it is logically that people still support Trump who voted for him and react on escalations in Los Angeles like fully violence, fully crime. They do not support community in Los Angeles. They do not support point of view of California state. It is democracy. It is normal when each people have a right to have its own opinion. What I can comment to this group? Fact is that not always and all cases when people were catched on streets in California was fully legally. And me as human who living in developing country many years, it is very similar situation when some governmental bodies try to make a plan because they received some call or some brief from center. Boys, you must do it. You must keep this level if you want to have financing, if you want to keep financing on your body. In my opinion, it is pressure. It is pressure on people when they do its job. Because no one center no one environments of political power do not have power implements its power to another governmental body. It is tyranny. It is beginning of tyranny. I very hope that the United States of America in his history will not support it and will avoid it. Another group, second group. Trump just new became as tyrann. In opinion of this group, they decided that Trump want to be new tyrann in US history, and he just by over controlling national guards, by implementing task forces like Marines to Los Angeles streets, just want to keep and make level of his power in Washington more great. Of course, from positions of local states in US, for example, California, who unfortunately right now has escalations between police and demonstrants, between National Guards and demonstrants, and right now, unfortunately, between maybe in future Marines and demonstrants. It is try to make influence of states governmental body less influence. It looks so. And of course, as a good governor, like any good governor to its own state, where he was elected, government tried to go to court and cancel these attempts from Washington direct to implement military powers in Los Angeles. It is bravery. It is real bravery from side of government. Government, local government in California state to be independent and to be public in its opinion against White House, against Mr. Trump. It is normal. It is democracy. Another group are very independent. Usually there are local California state residents, and if you check just the numbers how much taxes California pays to US federal government, in my opinion they have right say so, because California state pay very much taxes to US government, and Mr. Trump and another high officials in US have possibility to do its policy, including immigration policy, including on territory in California, by work, by paying taxes from residents on California. And in my opinion, it is normal when local community in California has the right protect the rights for demonstration, protect the rights to be listened by White House in another part in US, that they are disagree what happened and what happening right now in Los Angeles, when many people are captured and many people are under danger of deportation from US territory. Such groups are highly independent and highly aggressive in wars against White House policy. They are. They have a right to be such people who are disagree, who are actively disagree with White House, with policy of Mr. Trump. It's normal. Some people really guess independent vote day for Trump or don't vote that governor of California is just a card player, just a joke in hands of Democratic Party who try just to make a more painful presidency of Mr. Trump. I didn't know how much population voted against and for Mr. Trump in any states. But many people in another states, including in Democratic Party, including Republicans, they truly believe that California states is just in hands of Democrats who trying to make more political harm for Trump presidency. Some people from next group are very skeptic and they say it already happened in US history. There were legal precedents when US government used National Guard on streets in US just to eliminate demonstrations. For example, in cases when police just took lives of American citizens. Some people, especially many peoples outside the US, just watching what happening right now and they feel a fear. They really feel a fear, a huge fear. What happening? How this land, how this nation, who are the most owner of democratic values, became to such on streets in Los Angeles. Nation who protect all civilized countries against dictatorships and tyrannies. A country who in very hard conditions in fights for its independence against the most military power empire, British Empire, in that time of US history, the same as Ukraine right now trying to protect its independence against Russia when population just take a moment. Population of Russia is 140 million people. And many from these people right now in this moment go to military centers in Russian Federation and sign up contracts for greed, for money, for willing to kill innocent people in Ukraine who trying to keep its culture, its language, its state, its independence. In my private opinion, in beginning of the US history, American people were in the same situation when British Empire do not want the independent state in America exists, and America done it. The United States of America won its independence. And right now, when I turn on many US channels, TV channels, it is as Ukrainian citizens, because I'm Ukrainian citizen, it is very strange for me see steps from Trump administration who want to talk with Russia, who want to renew deal, some kind of deal or trade with Russia. I want to ask, can any American citizen imagine for itself when very respectful, I repeat, Mr. Washington tried to speak with British generals, trying to speak and negotiate? No, because Mr. Washington clearly had a view that only in fight American nation, American people can keep its independence. Sorry me for my remark from subject, I return. Because some people say often history just goes around again and again, and maybe they are true. Anyway, what we see right now in US, all these demonstrations, all this violence, all this searching a balance between power of government in White House on federal level and autonomy of US states. It's so many factories and so many parties who wants to keep at some part of political pie, forgetting about US, forgetting about living and wellness of US citizens. And finally, I want to add the most important value are political wellness, economic wellness of people who by hard job, by doing very hard job every day, independent of profession, try to maintain, try to keep, try to improve USA as the leader of free world of our planet. I very hope that California will be able to keep in peaceful wave demonstrations in Los Angeles. I very hope that White House will do not try escalate more what happening right now in Los Angeles. I very hope that Russia will fail in attempts to ruin Ukraine by everyday attacks on civil infrastructure and taking Ukrainian souls of innocent citizens, Ukrainian citizens. I hope Russia will fail in its try to eliminate Ukrainian independence. And I will hope that US will support us, because in the same way as USA many hundreds years ago tried to keep its independence from aggressors, right now in these days Ukraine just do the same steps. God keep Ukraine, keep US, and protect all free world.